Sagittarius, I'm just trying to sort your cards out. And for the first time in about 2 months, I haven't got the strength card for you, Sagittarius. I think you must have pulled that card consistently for months, okay? It's not showed up this week. And when you get the strength card, it quite often means having to be deeply empowered, okay? So I could see that you had a lot of trying circumstances, okay? Let me just can you just give me a minute? There's 3 discards and 3 majors. The Emperor, the Hanged Man, and the Star card. Okay, just give me a minute here. Now, the crowning card is a 4 of discs, so that's what's coming through for you. The 4 of discs has got real multiple meanings. This is a relational theme. You're protecting your heart, okay? And in my other decks, he's also protecting his crown chakra, which means he's not allowing his intuition to flow. Might be going against the current, that sort of thing, okay? So for some reason that's coming through. For other people, it's about security, okay? And you've also got the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, which is all about moving forward, potential new beginnings. And I'd say this would be around work, housing, the foundation of your life, okay? Your additional guidance card, just give me, I'm a little bit confused about your messages, Sagittarius, that's all, okay? 2, flexible, and by the book. Okay, so by the book is about, you know, just very, very sort of earthy element, but being straightforward, moving forward, doing the next right thing. And flexible is about being able to respond to situations as they unfold, but rather than reacting. Sagittarius, try and be as flexible as possible, because you do have the Hanged Man and you've got the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is the ultimate in learning to respond and not react, because you have the 5 of Swords here as well. Just give me a minute here. Okay, so I'm just going to... on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Page of Pentacles. The lovely... I just love the pages for some reason. They're always about opportunities. And they're always about potentials, though. So this potential could be a new house, a new job, a new business. Something new is coming through, okay? And I always find the pages really exciting energy, because it's a new potential and new growth, okay? So maybe you don't have to hold on as tight as you think you do to your old security. And maybe, Sagittarius, you can let what wants to come through, because you start with the Knight of Pentacles, okay? So that's more, this is up another stage. So what was once a potential is growing to a much more solid potential. So this could be a job offer. This could be news coming your way regarding housing, relocation, because it's with the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands is a very expansive energy. It's about putting energy out into the world. So some Sagittarius might be looking for a job, looking for a new house, considering moving. But there's a lot of energy going out into the practical matters of your life. You're on a horse, you're moving forward. The issue with the Pentacles cards is they're very slow. And sometimes the growth can be so slow that we actually think it's not happening. And that's when we fall into that gap. And sometimes that's when anxiety comes up and fear, because we feel the change isn't happening, okay? You then go to the Five of Swords with the Queen of Swords, which is a very interesting combination of cards. Five of Swords is notoriously a conflict card. Okay, I'm just going to be straightforward. It's the attitude of winning and losing, being spiky, or being with someone who is also spiky. So there might be words spoken, but it's with the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is someone who has taken control of her sword, which is her mind. She's dressed in purple and just purple, and really, really royal blue, which is the two higher chakras, the throat chakra and the third eye, okay? And the crown chakra. They're all blended together, which means she's got 360-degree vision. And what I'm trying to say, Sagittarius, is try and be mindful about your words, okay? It's really tough if you're in a conflict with someone else. Our first is always to react, and that's how we get in, winning, losing. It becomes a fight. But if you can take a step back and own your vision, own your greater self, then the conflict dies down, because you then move to the King of Cups. So the King of Cups would be someone who's controlling their emotional responses. I call this the emotional sovereignty card, because he's got a throne. He's got a place of peace, and he knows he can turn within if there's difficulties around him, because he sits on this ocean, yeah? So this ocean is the collective emotions. It's everyone's feelings, which more than sometimes can be absolutely chaotic. But this King of Cups owns his own emotions. He's emotionally expressive, and he learns to respond to the situation and not react, okay? Because the Five of Swords is a reaction, and the King of Cups is maybe urging you or giving you the power to step into a peaceful place, Sagittarius, okay? It's with the Emperor, so this might be around an Aries, or this is about taking charge. The Emperor takes charge. Again, a number 4, like the 4 up here, takes charge of his destiny, goes out into the world in order to make things happen. Now, you're doing it from a place of emotional peace, and I love, it's probably one of my favourite cards, that King of Cups, because it's so peaceful. The world can be going crazy, but you've got a place of peace within you, and you're coming from that place, because right next to it is the Star card, which is healing, grace. This and the Judgment card are probably the two big healing cards of the deck. It's suddenly feeling at peace again, and you've got both really peaceful cards right next to each other. You might still be called this week to go out, to be the Emperor, to be that 4 of Discs, to take control of a situation. And I think it's probably to do with work or living circumstances, something to do with the Pentacles. So you might have to go out there, take control of a situation to move forward. But you're being really, really supported internally and spiritually, because both these cards are about having well-being within yourself. And when we have that within ourselves, we're at peace, almost regardless of what's going on around us, okay? It's with the Hanged Man, which is saying really, you might still be in a bit of process here. It's let go, basically. Give whatever's going on for you, Sagittarius, over to the higher intelligence. And these two together are almost saying that's exactly what you're doing. It's believing there's a divine energy that knows exactly what it's doing, and somehow trying to get out the way, restore your inner peace, and let it take care of itself. Let the wheel turn when the wheel's going to turn. Because this hangman is someone who's on his road to enlightenment, and he's maybe realised that trying to make things happen, pushing things, isn't working. And he takes a step back, he hangs himself upside down, and he hands things over to grace, to this divine intelligence that keeps the planet moving. That's exactly what these two cards are saying together. There's almost a sense, Sagittarius, of you getting out your own way this week and letting this process take care of itself. I'm going to do December's readings next week, and I'm really wondering how it's all going to turn out for you, because I know you've had so much going on and you've been called to act on your strength and your personal power. But my biggest advice for you is not to hold on too tightly. There's definitely a security or housing or work issue. Now, these together are just beautiful. They're about you restoring your emotional peace and almost saying, thy will be done. Handing over to divine timing, grace, whatever you want to call it, that keeps the planets orbiting. Believing it can take control, and you getting out the way, Sagittarius, and looking after your inner world, because everything comes from your inner world. If you're at peace within, the world's a lot more peaceful place. Okay, guys. I'll be back next week with December's readings. I'm looking forward to you having a whole new picture emerging, Sagittarius. Yeah, and I'm sure you are too. Loads of love, guys. Bye.